So a couple of weeks ago, I was filming a video about how to replace your rear shock spring. The audio ended up being so bad that I couldn't even upload it. Instead of redoing the whole thing, I'm just going to do a little voiceover and show you the steps I took to replace my rear shock spring. If your shock is completely stock and no one's done any work on it, I definitely recommend buying a bottle of PB Blaster before you get started. Some other tools that might come in handy, a shock punch and a shock wrench. I didn't need this, but you never know. Alright, so I picked up this shock spring from Cogent Dynamics. It's rated 7 kilograms. It's the thickest one I could find without having a special order or anything. I started this with the plastics off the bike and the bike was on a stand. We'll start things off with taking this bolt off right here. So you go around to the other side of the bike and there's a 17 millimeter nut. So you just got to unscrew it all the way. I already had mine loose. Go back to the left side of the bike and you'll see that the bolt doesn't want to come out. Super simple, all you got to do is lift the swing arm and the bolt comes right out. So this part's going to make your life so much easier. You're going to need a tie down or a ratchet strap. You want to take it and run it under your swing arm and over the heat shield on your exhaust. You want to be very careful not to damage your brake line doing this. Then you really just want to tighten it down until your shock is fully compressed. With your spring compressed, there's another 14 millimeter bolt here that holds the shock on. Unscrew it. Yep. Swing around to the other side of the bike and there's another 14 millimeter bolt holding the shock on. Pull this bolt out and your shock's going to come loose. There's no easy way to describe how to get this out, but just spin it around, rotate it until you find the open space and get it out. So I got the shock off the bike and I'm ready to replace it with this 7 kilogram one from Cogent Dynamics. What I'm doing here is measuring the length of the spring. When I get the new spring on there, I want it to be about the same length. This is my first attempt at getting that top collar off, and it's exactly why I recommended having some PB Blaster or WD-40. I could not get it to budge 1 inch. I sprayed the top collar with PB Blaster and let it sit for about 20 minutes, and when I came back the top collar easily came off. So I unscrewed that top collar all the way and then twisted the spring to decompress it. I flipped the shock upside down and there are 2 more collars holding this thing on. These are super easy to get off. I cleaned off the shock before putting on the new spring. I ride through a lot of red mud where I live and it gets everywhere. I got it clean, I got the new spring on the shock, and now I'm just tightening it down until it reaches that 10-inch length that we measured earlier. Looked good to me, so then I just tightened the top collar right back down. I hit it one time with a hammer and a shock punch just so I'm sure it wouldn't go anywhere, and it's ready to go. After that, you just have to reattach the shock to the bike. Another thing that really helped me while I was taking the shock out and putting it back in, make sure your rear tire and your swing arm are fully compressed and up against the rear of your bike. It just creates more space to work. And this spring from Cogent Dynamics just feels like a huge upgrade. I'm a big guy, I needed a bigger spring anyway. The stock spring is definitely for smaller riders or riding on the street. You know, this is a dual sport, makes sense. So this is an upgrade I couldn't recommend enough for a bigger rider or someone who wants to do more aggressive riding. Before you go, hit subscribe.